Let's go get this paper together. Let's go chase our fucking dreams, my niggas. Let's go chase our fucking dreams.
Oh, hell yeah, bud. We are here.
I am there. We are all here. God is there. Circa 1948. By the way, you have seen Funk Flex, the thing that I'm talking about, right? The Funk Flex freestyle, master style.
Yeah, how does it go?
Freestyle. We are here in Circa Studios. What's their alcohol? That's what I was about to ask you.
Ciroc.
Oh, yeah. We are here, Ciroc Studios. It is what it is. Give it up for Black Thought. And he just starts fucking freestyling the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Black Thought freestyle that I'm talking about?
Blacked Out 3 freestyle? No.
Do you know who Black Thought is?
Black Thought is a member of the Roots?
Roots, yes. What is Roots? Is it like a rock band?
No, they're like a rap group, but they have a band, like what's his name? Questlove plays the drums.
And who raps there? Does everyone rap?
Black Thought.
Oh, he's the rapper. It's a rap band. It's like
I think there's a singer in there too. Is there a singer in the Roots?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, but I know they do the sound for Jimmy Fallon. I don't know if it's Roots or if it's just Black Thought.
No, that's
Roots, right?
Roots. Yeah, Questlove's on the drums and that shit.
Yeah. I bet they make great money, dude, just being a... By the way, did you see the new ad for KFC? This is going to sound fucking racist, but it's... It's Migos present... what's that name? Migos?
Migos, yeah.
Yeah, Migos present.
Like three amigos.
Yeah, three Migos... oh, is that what it means, Migos?
Yeah, the Migos. There's three of them. They're the Migos.
Oh, okay. So is it like an amalgamation of three and amigo is equal to Migos? No.
No. There's the three amigos. You know the three amigos, right?
Yeah. Three friends.
And they're just like
together. They're called
Migos.
a
play off that.
Oh, okay.
The Migos.
Anyways, there is a huge poster on Queen Street that goes, Amigos presents the new KFC fried chicken. You know
yeah. Okay.
Seems a little bit on the nose. Yeah, like if it's just me, like if Russell Peters like, welcome to the new 7-Eleven, right? I don't know.
True. Russell Peters does commercials for convenience store owners.
Does he? What convenience store? I don't think I've ever seen.
Hasty Market.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he's like, if you don't come to the Hasty Market, somebody's gonna get hurt real bad.
Oh my god, can you imagine, dude? He's using one of his jokes to promote. That would be sick, dude. I don't think Hasty Markets have ads, do they?
No, but the Hasty Market that is in my hometown, Brampton, which is near Russell Peters' mom's house, he has a sign on the wall that says, to the brown guys that work here, love Russell Peters.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's been there.
I met him there. I told you that.
No? You met Russell Peters there?
Yeah, years ago.
Oh, before he was even doing comedy?
No, he was doing comedy, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But I met him and I was like, yeah, I think we talked about this, but basically I was behind him in line and I didn't want to be like a fanboy and be like, oh.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
But then when we walked outside, I was like, hey, Russell, can I get a picture?
Yeah.
And you remember, we did have this conversation and you were mad at me for not addressing him as Mr. Peters or Sir God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does some weird that you just call him Russell like
hey,
he was
Russell,
your bud.
can I get a picture?
Yeah, Russell, you sack of shit. How about we take a picture right now, bud? I'll buy you a pack of smokes and some chips.
So we took a picture and it was terrible lighting and it's very shadow covering our face. It was on an old cell phone too.
Yeah, that's what I was. It was like, how old was this? Like 10 years ago?
Yeah, it must have been.
God damn, how old are you, bro?
Probably even more than 10 years ago. Probably like 2007.
When did Russell Peters become big? Do you remember?
Probably like
around that same time, right?
No, he was like...
He was already pretty huge in Canada.
2005, 2004, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And now he's just selling out fucking arenas in Dubai and shit, dude. That's crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah, he must be not the most successful, but definitely he's out there.
Does your family like him?
Russell Peters? No, my family hasn't watched Russell Peters at all.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Because he does a lot of shows all over Asia and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's... like,
that's what makes him one of the biggest comedians in the world.
Yeah, because he does shows in India, that's why.
India, China,
No,
Dubai.
not in China.
Oh, yeah, man. He's
in China?
He's huge across Asia.
Wow. Holy fuck. Yeah, so
everyone thinks being Indian's funny. And you need to accept that.
I've already accepted that. Plus, I'm already... Dude, so the fans of Russell Peters in India, right, are not old people, are young people. You know what I mean? So my generation is the fan of Russell Peters.
Okay.
Not my parents, right?
Okay.
But now there's the next generation below me think Russell Peters is lame. Because he's all
You
about
don't like him, right?
Russell Peters. I love Russell Peters.
You love him?
Yeah, for what he did back then, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best comedy just because I'm like, oh, it's the same thing again and again. But it's like
Man, his first special is legendary, though.
the one where he's wearing the white shirt.
Yeah. That's classic.
Yeah, what's that Showtime special, right? A bunch of Toronto comics have that special, dude. Where it's a orange background.
Yeah, you think it must be filmed at Just for Laughs, probably, right?
You know who else has that? Kenny Robinson also has that.
Oh, yeah?
That special. I don't know what it is. Do you know this comic? I should not take names, I guess. But do you know Gavin Stephens?
Yeah.
He's a black comic.
He has one like that, too.
Yes, and also his boys with Russell Peters, eh?
Oh, yeah?
Like I constantly see Russell Peters tagging Gavin Stephens in his posts and shit. Like,
Nice.
Yeah, that is pretty.
So is John Paul.
With Russell Peters?
Yeah.
Really, eh? They all came up together?
Yeah, I think, because I remember hearing when John Paul goes to LA, like, he stays at, like, Russell Peters' house. Like, they're, like, tight like that.
Oh, wow.
And I think he used to be his opener or something.
Damn.
Yeah, John Paul's sick.
Mm-hmm. A bunch of people, fuck, dude. What about his mother's house? Is it like a big house? Is it like a castle?
No, she lives in just a regular, like, suburbs neighborhood by herself. Because that's why I hear Russell Peters, like, he still comes back to Brampton a lot to, like, check in with her and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's just a brown thing.
Yeah. So
Why do you think that is, dude?
if you live around North Park and Howden, you might run into Russell Peters.
So you're just telling
Shout out to
stalk that
Brampton.
house? Shout out to the world. Shout out to Brampton. Yeah, it'd be sick, dude, to run into Russell Peters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't imagine you starting doing comedy with someone, and 20 years later, they are one of the biggest comedy superstars there is.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still just doing shitty shows at, bars and shit. Seems a bit... that's the chance you take, I guess, if you're trying to become a comic.
Yeah. I don't think you can't base your happiness off somebody else's success.
It's hard, though, dude. Like, people say...
Because you could be you could be a working comedian, like, not having a day job, like, you're getting paid enough to
pay your rent and buy
pay your rent
groceries.
and enjoy life a little bit.
That's enough.
But then if you're like, I started comedy at the same time as Russell Peters and he's a millionaire, why aren't I that? It's like, come on.
Yeah, but do you think people who he started out comedy with, do you think that all of them are still doing comedy? I'm pretty sure 90% of them quit, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I wonder what year mark is the most year at people quit comedy. There has to be something.
What year do you think it?
I would quit comedy if I had to.
You're not going to quit. What year do you think people is the average year people quit?
Honestly, I think it's because the first 3 years you're still very new, right?
Yeah.
You're just a wide-eyed boy. It's like, fuck yeah. The fourth year you start becoming a bit poisoned.
Like bitter?
Yeah.
Bitter about not getting stuff?
Not getting stuff. I think it's not bitter about not getting stuff, dude. I think it's bitter about other people getting stuff. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference of not getting stuff and being bitter for someone else getting stuff. So I feel like 5th year or the 6th year, that's what I'm hoping, dude. I'm not hoping for it, but I know in the next 2 years I'll be like, fuck, do I actually need to stop, quit comedy?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
5th year and 6th year. I feel like that is the year people will just generally be like, yeah, maybe it's not my thing. I don't know, dude. I've just been so much comedy lately. I've just been seeing so many comics just being super disrespectful.
I know.
on the
Yeah, you're
stage.
so mad.
Okay,
let's talk about last night.
It's been pissing me the fuck off.
So, for those of you that are listening that live in the Toronto area, there's a great show on Wednesday nights at the corner called Dirty Wednesdays.
Yeah, shout out to JJ Lieberman, dude.
Yeah,
Man, he took that show.
No shout outs for him on this podcast.
Oh, no, shout out. Fuck JJ Lieberman.
I won't abide by that. Yeah. Fuck JJ.
But yeah, so...
Okay, so we're not going to big him up, but we will big up the house that he built, which
Yeah.
is Dirty Wednesdays, which...
It's a great show. I just hate JJ.
And he wasn't even there last night, so you would have liked it.
Yeah.
But so anyways, Rahil was filling in for him as a host and a guest producer or whatever. And yeah, man, Rahil's getting his first taste of running a show, and he's freaking the fuck out.
No. First of all, JJ kind of fucked me over in the sense, like, he told me in the morning, he's like, yo, book some acts and get the show done. I'm like, yeah, done, dude. I've booked 6 acts. He's like, oh, there's already 3 people I've booked. I'm like, dude, you didn't tell me this. Now I have 9 acts on the show. Holy fuck, and it's an hour show. So I was already stressed about that. But the good thing was the 8 p.m. show was fucking sick. So
8 p.m. show was sick. So even when everything was going right, you were already a little on edge. Just nothing was. It's not like anything went wrong, but you were already like feeling like a little antsy.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, because hosting is a huge responsibility. Also, I haven't done that much of hosting.
Yeah.
So every time I have to, dude, Wednesday is a bad day for me, dude. I'm just stressed the fuck out on Wednesdays.
So then we went from having a great 8 p.m. show, and then the 10 p.m. show rolled around, and it wasn't, let's say, that many tickets sold.
Yeah. Just 3 people in the show.
There were 3 people in the show.
3 people. Let's not mince words here.
And then so that one, I opened up the show as host, and of course it was fire.
No, it was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was pretty fun.
Dude, honestly, the show was going good.
Okay, the great thing about this, we'll circle back because there was, like you said, there was only 3 people there. When I started the show, there was only 2 people at the very start.
And one guy walked in,
and 2 of these guys were having like a really deep convo before the music hit to start the show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, those 2 guys basically like we're interrupting their convo. So first thing I did when I got on stage is be like, let's talk about what you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
So it turns out these 2 guys were having a conversation about one of them was trying to convince the other guy not to fuck this 19-year-old girl.
And that was the conversation.
And I asked how old they are. They were 30 years old. First of all, Patrick, we're fucking 19-year-olds, aren't we?
100%. I'm 27.
Yeah, why would you? That's a crazy, stupid thing, dude.
What?
I don't know.
If the 19-year-old wants to fuck,
Yeah, exactly.
What's the problem?
Yeah, what's the
That's
difference?
insulting to that adult woman. God damn it! Show her some respect
Exactly,
and fuck her.
Raheel is Mr. Sandals over here because he's going flip-flop. Because yesterday, I said, hey, comedians, round of applause if you're fucking that 19-year-old in the back. Yo, nobody made a peep.
Because...
And I'm up there like, Raheel?
Fucking cowards.
I'm shouting out to guys that I'm like, I know say you would.
But no one clapped for that for a reason because I wanted to like let him die there.
I know. When I got off, like Che, I was talking. Shout out to Che. I was like, yo, come on. You wouldn't fucking 19. He's like, you can't be that. Like, of course I would. You know what I mean? He was like, you just can't be so like, of course. But I'm like,
it is what it is.
I haven't fucked a 19-year-old in years, but I'm just saying, if it got presented to me,
Yeah.
who am I to? Yeah, disrespect this young woman.
I wouldn't fuck a 19-year-old since I was 19 years old. It's been a long time, but
Yeah.
So maybe I need to get the time machine or
No, you don't.
Just find a new.
They still exist.
Oh, what's
You
the
don't need to go
dialogue?
back in time and do that.
What's that Matthew McConaughey's dialogue? That's the beauty. I keep getting older, but the girls keep getting 19.
That's why I love high school,
Yes.
man.
So I love high school, man. I get older, but these girls stay the same age, man. Yeah, man. I feel like fucking a 19-year-old is like masturbating in the Walmart washroom. It's not illegal, but at the same time,
You don't want to go around bragging about it.
Yeah, just don't be a creep about it.
Yeah. Definitely don't be a creep about it.
Yeah. It's hard not to be a creep about it, especially when you're... Because when you tell someone, okay, if you're fucking a 19-year-old and you meet your friend and you go, yo, I'm fucking this chick, Roxy, right? Here's the best part about her. She's 19.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you will tell. So that's I don't know.
I'm going to meet her parents on Saturday. Like, that's the weird part. Yeah, if you make it a thing, I was more coming at it from the point of maybe it's a one-time thing or like, you know what I mean? You're not going to start a serious... But people do that too. I don't know. We're not judging here.
Yeah.
The point is, the jokes were hot off the top.
What's crazy is why do women have the need to fix broken guys, dude? What's up with that?
Oh, they love it. They
Why
love
is
a broken
that?
guy.
What is there a psychology thing involved there? Who knows? Maybe the motherly instinct kicks in. Is that what it is?
I don't know, but you're right. The guys that are the most damaged like seem to get the most pussy.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a guy be like, yeah, I'm just happy, life is good, yeah, just upwards and onwards, but like that dries pussy up.
Yeah. What, you had a good day? Like,
what a loser.
your parents are together?
They want someone deep and complicated.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. I don't know what it is, man.
Yeah. Well, I think it's emotionally unavailable is kind of a attraction thing.
Oh, yeah, because you're aloof.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit.
So
dude.
if you can just love somebody and be nice to them, it's like gross.
Yeah, don't tell me you love me. Tell me you hate me and treat me like a fucking whore. And then let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that boggles my mind. Guys have no need like that, right? It's just like...
No, some guys like getting walked all over too. Some guys like quote unquote bitches.
Yeah.
Like
in
girls
the
that
sense what? Like they just like to be humiliated? But that's a fetish though.
That's a fetish, but even like a girl that's a little more controlling. Guys like damaged girls for sure.
Yeah.
Not even a fetish thing. Some guys want to bully. A really pushy, aggressive, like the woman in that relationship is like the aggressive alpha, and the guy's like a little quiet and like.
I can see the appeal of that. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
That's like a I
No,
would
I don't
say
love
like
that, no.
50% of the marriages that work are like that, but the other 50% the guys the
Happy wife, happy life is what they say.
that's basically like it's probably too mean to call it the cuck life, but that is basically going in that direction of just sort of like you're definitely being submissive to the
absolutely.
girl, and basically like I equate that with a lot of times like you're just letting go when she's being crazy and irrational a lot of times and just going like, no, you're right,
Yeah,
you're right.
That makes sense.
Whereas
yeah.
the other way is like constantly fighting against it and saying like, no, you're being crazy.
Have you ever,
that's too much.
You ever
work.
had a friend? You guys ever had a friend where it's like their girlfriend will call them and be like, "Who you with? Who you with?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm here with my boys. Like, I'm sure there's no girls there." You tell them there's no girls there. Have you ever-
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
It's pretty fucked,
yeah. Dude, that's
Put me on FaceTime and show me all your friends.
How old were
are
you
not
then when
girls.
this happened? If it's below 22, I get it. But if you're about 24 and you're doing that shit, that's fucking nuts.
Early 20s, maybe late teens. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like a 16-year-old behavior. But I exactly had that. Like my girlfriend back in India used to do that all the time, dude. Like
Your girlfriend used to do that?
My back in India.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I never had a girl like that. I felt bad for guys that have a girl running their shit like that.
No, she was not crazy, but then again, dude, it was not like she was not coming from a like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you cheating on me? She's just like curious, you know. Is anyone there? Is there any chicks there? I'm like, no. She's like,
I would say a lot of times it will happen with a girl who's not even trying to get in your shit, but if they just like if a girl gets together with a guy who's got a lot of friends, like I'm thinking about like high school, if the guy is like with his stoner buddies like during lunch and then plays football and then is going out and doing shit all the time, and the girl is normally just like a kid and still just like goes to school, then goes home and does her homework and like talks on the phone with her friends, then they go crazy like, how do you have all this shit going on and not include me? So they constantly call and constantly texting because they want to be like invited.
a part of that. Yeah, for sure, dude. That's just being
But
left
I've
out, I
never
guess.
seen it like in someone's 20s that's not like, oh, this relationship's about to end in a couple of days.
Yeah,
if she's like harassing him over social media.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit
just
like that.
crazy behavior, dude. If you're about 20, that's crazy behavior. Also, if you're a guy, you can't really be like, hey, who are you hanging out with?
No,
It's
you can't.
criminal
Guys
if you're a guy.
Guys do that too, though. Guys definitely do that.
I think it's way worse.
It
I
is
think
way
it's
worse, dude.
immediately assume like this
Oh.
could get dangerous very quickly.
Speaking
I
of
know,
which-
right? It's like, where are you, bitch? I'm going to smack you. Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
there's one that happened. Okay, so there's an NFL player, Terrell Pryor. This guy was at they went out
Pryor?
for, he went out. His name's Pryor. Yeah, he went out for dinner with his girlfriend and her friends. They had a fight at dinner. So now she's going out with her friends and he just goes home. He goes home and he's pissed. He waits for her to get home. She gets home and she's with her girls, and apparently he just started like berating her at the front, and then he started hitting her.
Oh, wow.
It went over to the kitchen now, and she fucking grabbed a knife and she stabbed the shit out of him.
What?
So now they both got brought in, and she's like smiling in her mugshot.
Damn.
And apparently the fucking friends were overheard at the hospital being like, yeah, like we should have just let him die. We shouldn't have called the ambulance, because she was just defending herself.
Damn, dude.
Crazy. So yes,
I don't know. Is that the right way? If someone's hitting you, killing them, is that the right response?
Well, if I learned anything from Jennifer Lopez in Enough, I would say that sometimes enough is enough.
Sometimes you just gotta kill a guy.
Raheel, get up and come and look at the mugshot.
She's pretty cute.
Oh, wow, dude.
She's literally like doing a little smirk. She's not like smiling of like the natural resting face.
No.
She's like,
proud of it.
yeah.
Oh, wow, dude. Holy fuck. And I feel like she also knows she's going to get away with it. That's the smile.
Yeah, that's what worries me is like, I wonder if it is like she's just going to be like, hey, it's enough, as opposed to like maybe he was yelling and giving her shit and they were pushing and shoving, and then she just decided like, I'm going to try and kill him right
Maybe
now.
her,
I
maybe her
definitely
and all
think-
her friends didn't even go to a club. They just planned a murder that night. They're like, let's say that.
Let's
John
say we
Holmes-
are going to a club. Let's bring him out for dinner. Let's have a fight and then let's stab him.
Or no, let's just not call him for like 8 hours when he's expecting you, so he gets really fucking angry and then we'll go home, making it look like we've been... that's, I think, ridiculous. I think she probably was at the club and then they were having a genuine fight, and then I think they both decided, like, let's get very physical, and then the girl decided, like, I think I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
Because if you look at her life was not in threat.
No.
Oh, not at all.
They look like...
Because her friends were there too, dude, while he was... Was that not the case? While he was hitting
her friends were there.
A car's full of people.
And they didn't stop him? I mean,
Well, it's a bunch of girls, and he's a fucking...
NFL player, right?
NFL player. He literally... It would have...
He's like 6'5", probably like 230 pounds.
Oh, fuck, so there's no way they could have stopped him.
He's my size, but in shape. He would have been throwing them off him like he's the Hulk kind of thing.
But good for her that she managed to stab him, dude. What the fuck?
That's why I'm wondering.
Yeah, like, wow. Jesus. Maybe they just all held him down together and just... I don't know, dude. So is he out of NFL now?
Yeah, he wasn't on a team this year anyways, but...
Oh.
He was a problem guy. He was like not that bad of a player, but he had that much baggage that it just went like.
What was his baggage before?
He was fighting in the locker rooms before.
Because I know his baggage coming into the league was he won a championship in college and he sold his ring and he got
I like that.
And he got tattoo money or something like that.
Yeah, he's a fucking mental case.
Yeah, what's so bad about that? Selling
There's
the
nothing that
championship
bad.
ring.
Like we've talked about on this before. Like, yo, these fucking college players don't get paid. It's a fucking robbery.
But he would have been getting paid. That's the thing. Is like at that point, it's moronic.
Yeah,
because you are about to get at worst $150K
dude.
cash by
at
getting
worst.
the absolute minimum NFL contract. All you have to do is make it to the first day, and then the check will clear. You'll have $150K in the bank.
Wow.
Like you don't need to do it at that point. I would have said like second string guy on the special teams if he did that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because you've basically been getting robbed this entire time anyways. Because you've been paying to play football at that point. Actually, you've been playing for someone else to play football. But that guy doing it is stupid. Because he got drafted in like the 5th or 6th round.
Wow. Is CFL just as bad? Like, you know how we say Canadian comedy is bad? Like, the same way CFL is, there's no opportunities for them.
Oh, my God.
No?
Yeah, you have to have like 2 jobs when you're in the
My
CFL.
uncle played in the CFL.
I have a couple
Not a
friends
good
that
job,
played in the CFL.
Wow.
He had to work.
Yeah.
Fuck, really?
You have to have a side hustle for sure.
He worked in advertising. He was like an executive guy who was like, he's my size kind of thing, like a very naturally big. He played in Maryland in the States, like college, big-time football, and then was not good enough for NFL and was more just like similar to me, a bit of a stoner and a shithead and like to fuck around and everything, but still smart enough. So he moved back home, played, he was like center for the Argos as well as nose tackle. He played, I don't know if you guys know the story about he's a white guy who was a wide receiver who ended up getting like amnesia. Very famous Argos player. He basically played at that time.
Oh, sick.
So, yeah, it's like...
It's bad, eh?
The absolute most they were getting back then was like in the high 20s of thousands of dollars. And now it's like 40 grand.
Damn, dude.
No.
If you're one of the best players, you can make like a decent living, but
mostly through endorsements.
But the average player is not making much at all.
The teams do not pay hardly anything. The best paid players in the CFL have major like Canadian endorsements, and some of them have endorsements from the States from after their college careers because they were big college players in like, Auburn. So
does the NFL check out CFL and pick out players from CFL?
Sometimes, but more often it's as you lose quality, the NFL players go to the CFL.
Oh, shit.
It's very rare. So there's guys like Jeff Garcia. He played in the CFL. Same thing with like Doug Flutie played in the CFL. But those were more like guys who were just... it was not an era where those kind of guys could have been found in college through scouting.
Yeah.
It was more like you literally are just taking, like, on a numbers basis, the top guys.
That was a long time ago, too, I guess.
Yeah, and there's also not, like, computers and databases and all these networks for them. Like, no one on the West Coast knew about obscure but talented players on the East Coast or even in the middle of the country.
Yeah. But now because of social media, just like everyone's just fucking posting... clips and shit of them throwing balls like around, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now guys in California know about guys in the Northeast when they're like 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
And they're already being like, okay, so this
Trained,
guy's
yeah.
going to be in the Jacksonville Jaguars young player program.
Yeah, we talked about this, right? Where they just offer their moms jobs and shit, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, what the fuck? dude?
That's basically how they get around the boosting laws, and boosting laws is basically what the NCAA has to stop the players from really getting paid.
What's boosting?
Boosting is
You
basically
can't steal?
boosting is like one of the most famous cases was the University of Florida at Miami, and it was just like the school hires guys to somehow get money and compensation to the players off the books.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's what
it's the
boosting is.
same.
That's what we were talking about,
Oh,
yeah.
the same case, eh? Oh,
So
okay, yeah,
one
yeah.
of the biggest things they would do is the school is the school, but the school also has subsidiary companies that the school technically owns. Some of those companies are like the cleaning companies for the school, the security companies for the school.
Also, they make the payout through them.
They get the parents hired at jobs because a lot of the times they're like either single moms
Yeah.
or households with two parents where one of the parents has two jobs, the other one has none.
None, yeah.
The other thing they did, which is very easy, is like, we'll just get them cars. We'll just buy the parents' cars. The parent has a car in their name. The kid's the only one who drives it. The kid's the only one on the insurance for the car.
Damn.
And then other shit, like there's famous things about food and giant like block parties being thrown, and then it turns out it's like Texas A&M is paying for this family
entire-
to throw a 4th of July
Oh my
barbecue somewhere in like Gary, Indiana. It's all kinds of shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Man, imagine that's how you're getting recruited to a school. It's like, oh yeah, we have great education, and also we're gonna give your family a sick barbecue.
Full of bitches.
We heard you guys like cookouts.
Oh, my God.
What do
that's
you mean,
crazy.
you guys?
Yeah.
Allow it, yo.
So that's how young they go, eh? 8 years old, 9 years old, they're already starting grooming you. Like, this guy's going to become the quarterback for this. This is going to become...
There's some kids that like, yeah, man. If they show like, if they're dominating like Pee Wee football, which is like 8 to 10 years old.
prodigies,
Yeah.
They all go to a football camp that is run by a player or a coach or something like that by the time they're 6 or 7 years old. And that's like the first time they get noticed. Like my friend Dexter was like, by the time he was 12, the University of Pittsburgh was already in like long form legal discussions with his
Oh,
parents
wow.
about like paying for him to go to football camps. Paying for him to go into what do you call them? Like leagues,
Training camps and
not
all.
school leagues, but like private leagues.
How
that
did
were
they
in the States.
find out about Derek? How did Pittsburgh find out about Derek?
By him going to a football camp and then like
Oh, someone saw him there.
it's
and
like a network. Like a
Holy
guy,
shit.
one of the coaches who's like connected there, he probably went to Pittsburgh, so he's familiar with the coaching staff or the recruiting staff, and just says like, "Hey, if you're looking for this kid was like a physical, like natural phenomenon.
Yeah.
He was like cut up, just looked jacked by the time he was like 7 or 8 years
just
old.
made for that, yeah.
Yeah, just one of those natural
This is
things.
a really hot kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Kind of big funny teeth. But like
You can't have all. Yeah.
it's shit like that, but it's way more in the States. And now for basketball it's becoming basically like what it is for the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
And soccer in Europe is like
Yeah,
to
that's
the
crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
soccer is like
Fucking
they recruit
nuts
them
there.
from fucking children.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's literally like 5-year-olds who have contracts
academies, yeah.
with Arsenal's junior football
Yeah,
academy.
yes.
And it's like the kid gets paid a minimum wage basically
For just
Yeah.
playing, yeah.
for playing, and then you're not allowed to basically play for your school because you would get injured or something like that. It's like a real professional
How
contract.
sick is that, dude? You're so good at football, you can't play for your school because they don't want you getting injured for
Yeah,
the real game. Good
exactly.
God, dude.
But that's
Fuck.
like a real pro contract. Like an NFL player's contract says things like you can't skydive.
Oh,
you,
really, eh?
You can't go participate in motorsport or things like
You can't beat your wife anymore. At least not on camera.
There is actually things of like moral hazard parts of their contract. So let's say like the white guy, the Philly guy who went to the country music concert and started yelling the N-word. That literally
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got in a fight with some security guards who were black guys, big fucking black guys in
Yeah.
Philly doing concert security. And so he starts yelling the N-word. And, like, that literally, they could have voided his contract on that.
And his name was
they did?
Riley Cooper.
Yeah, exactly.
Such a white guy that says the N-word kind of name.
And he was very white, like me, sort of big, tall, white guy with long hair kind of thing. He's like, could not have been a worse image. So
Yeah.
they have things in their contracts that say, like, you beat your wife, you get caught using drugs or drunk driving, we can void your
Wow.
contract.
But-
Usually the players sue and then try and get a little bit of money
Did he
back,
get
but
voided? Riley Cooper?
No,
No.
he played
Wow.
that year. He played that year.
They
He had to apologize to the locker room.
Exactly. They used him as like a big rehabilitation test camp. Same
Yeah.
thing what they tried to do with or did do with Richie Incognito, who got like was
His was bullying.
yeah, but also N-word
bullying younger
related
players?
He
bullying.
was bullying like new players who
Really? Yeah.
Not really a new player. He was in his second year. The guy.
It's pretty new.
What do you mean bullying? You're just calling
He
him
would just
words.
text him and say, "Hey, you dumb N-word, you're gonna be paying
wow.
for our."
Was he white?
Yeah, Richie
Incognito?
Incognito is white.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the guy who is also getting texted is like white and Spanish. He
Oh,
was. It was just more like a guy, Richie Incognito, who is not disliked by black people. He is not at all disliked by black people. He's quite popular among the black players.
Damn.
He's just like a big defensive player who lives around black guys all the time. Like, he's probably one of those guys who's like guilty of thinking he has a pass.
Oh, damn.
Because he said it all the time, apparently.
yeah.
I
And
don't-
he went from Miami to Oakland, which are majority black teams
Yeah.
in like black areas of the country. Like, he is not unpopular with black people.
Damn.
Yeah, I like him.
Do you know any people like that?
He's an amazing player.
Yeah. Do you know any people like that? Like white people who just say the N-word, they have the pass on it?
No, and I've been thinking about that.
Saying the N-word?
No,
Even like wiggery guys in Canada don't do that. I'd
Yeah.
say that's more like a southern United States.
It is, definitely. I remember I told you. So one guy that I used to play football with that went to school in North Carolina, and he lives out there now, and he has a black wife, but he's a white guy. But he's comfortable saying it, and it makes
To
me
his
like
wife?
like he says it on. He put, I think I've talked about it before, but he wrote like a
Yeah.
Facebook status like,
Yes.
all you N-words, this,
Damn.
that, da, da, da.
And someone called him, was like, my wife is black, yo, so what's up?
I said to him, so he put a long ass post about all you N-words, talking shit.
With the hard R or A?
N-A-S.
He's using it
N-G-A-S.
for people.
People,
Yeah. And then I was just like, and then he put it in all caps. And he wrote the N-word like 7 times, and I was like, and then I saw that he edited it.
6 times is okay. 7 times
He
is a bit
edited
much.
it. He edited it down from all the caps, and I'm like, it's funny that you edited all the caps down to regular, but you didn't take any of the N-words out. Like, what the fuck?
You capitalized all the N's in the N-word
Yeah.
and just left everything small. Wow, that's crazy.
Put a Z at the end instead of an S.
Do you think there's a black guy out there who's having sex with a white girl and his fetish is just being called the N-word?
There is definitely.
You've
Right?
never
Oh,
typed
I-
Nigger into Pornhub?
Oh, wow.
Do it on your phone right
I'll
now.
legit, next episode I'll bring somebody on that has told me that story before, and we can
Like what?
a black guy that's fucked white girls that calls him the N-word, and he
No, but does he want them to call the N-word?
no, but he says it kind of turns up the passion a little bit.
You know the black porn star Shane Diesel? He looks
Yes.
basically like Vin Diesel, but black. He's famous for it. He constantly is trying to get white girls to call him the N-word and say it in like very specific, like demeaning ways, not just like in a cool black community type
Yeah.
of way, but in like no angrily
Or you
be
can-
mean to me and say that like
Eat that pussy, you N. Oh my
just
god,
type in
dude.
just type in Shane Diesel.
Yeah, it's not loading. or
N-word
something,
in.
yeah, man, that's a fucking. Like, I would not like a girl to call me a Paki, dude. That does not seem attractive to me at all.
What would be the white thing? You white piece of shit. You straight white piece of shit.
You know, that's the thing. I
Cracker, cave monkey.
Fuck me, you cracker. I fuck black girls. None of them ever call me that, and I've never even thought about calling them the N-word. I don't think.
Oh yeah, you can't call
Every
a
black girl I've had sex with has called me white boy.
Fuck me, white boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
white boy. Yeah, that seems.
Eat my pussy, white boy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice. Yo, did you see? I saw this article today. Some black singer does not want to perform anymore because she does not want to dance in front of white people.
Oh, Azalea Banks, is it?
Was it Azalea Banks?
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm like, what the fuck? Then just don't. What are you? That is crazy to me, dude. Like, then what do you? What? You don't want white people listening to your music? You want only black people listening to your music?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Also, Azalea Banks is straight up nuts too.
I think we've had.
Yeah,
She's come up. She come up recently about what was? Yeah.
Elon
Musk's house.
Yeah, but whatever.
I say fuck white people too, though. You know what I mean? If I could choose to only perform for black people, I would.
All the time. Black people are very
Black people are
emotive
the
audiences.
best audiences.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
dude, any race other than white people is a good audience, and it's not because anything to do with race. It's just I feel like white people are scared to laugh at things.
in Toronto, yeah.
Especially in Toronto.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, dude. You go to Brampton, just like half an hour away, and you just like faggot, retard, whatever the fuck you want.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Chill, man. What the hell?
No, I'm not calling you
This
that.
is a safe podcast.
No, I'm not calling you that.
CBC? He was just kidding. And that's the Indian guy, don't worry. It wasn't the white guy.
You don't have to tell that it was the Indian guy. I think it's very obvious it was the Indian guy, dude. No one's going to be like, was that James or was that Rahil?
Sometimes people tell me they get us mixed up. Say,
Fuck off! There is no way. That is fucking hilarious.
Are you guys twins?
Man, you guys sound so similar.
Yeah. Okay. Just while we were talking, I looked this up, but CFL, the minimum wage is $54,000 a year. NFL, guess what the minimum is?
150.
480.
Oh my god!
It used to be 150 too.
Oh,
That's crazy, yo.
That 480's not guaranteed, though.
No, that's just the minimum rookie contract, 1 year. But anyways, okay.
so did I move to the wrong country, dude? Now I started
100%.
100%. I should have just moved to the US from India, right?
Of course.
What the fuck?
Especially if you wanted to do comedy.
Yeah, I did not know
We're
I
in
wanted
a
to do
fucking
comedy.
sinking
though.
ship over here. Yeah. Things are only getting worse. The only thing that might, help Canadian comedy get their head above water.
Yeah, Tusk.
Oh, I was gonna say the wet beak. At the wet beak. Hashtag the wet beak.
No,
Guys, you listen to the wet beak.
Subscribe to our Patreon
episode 30. This is a Patreon episode?
No, I'm just saying subscribe to our Patreon. We haven't uploaded any.
Oh,
episodes yet.
patreon.com/thewetbeak. Yeah, we got one more coming up.
Yeah,
We're gonna
coming
drop
up soon.
that.
Do you see the cast thing? Like apparently they're offering free insurance. I think it's a great initiative.
Free insurance.
Not free insurance, but apparently you'll get like an artist insurance or something like that.
Well, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, that is pretty sick. For whom, I don't know.
But yeah, okay. Speaking of respecting the art of comedy, let's go back to last night. So, 10 p.m. show. I get it. 3 people, but it's the host got it off to a rousing start. That was the host, James.
Stop
Jammies
sucking your
Cummins.
dick, first of all.
Okay, I'm done.
It was three people show. You went on. You did good.
Thank you.
Everyone did good. Everything was great. Just real dandy. I had a good time at the show. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the 3 people who were at the show last night.
But then, should we name names or no?
No.
Okay, so one of our with the comedians on the shows, he comes up to me and he tells me this great idea he has to do something a little bit quirky.
Yeah.
He's like, there's only 3 people here. I've done it before. It worked out great. And his idea was to turn off all the lights in the club during his set. And I said, did you ask for help? I'm like, I don't think you can do that here. Because we're in a comedy club, and it's
That's rule 1. Don't switch off the light, bro, so that people can see you.
When I was gonna start a comedy show, my friend that runs one of the hottest shows in the country, Tom O'Donnell, he said all you need to make a good show is good lighting and
speakers
and good speakers.
Yeah.
And turning off the lights is the opposite of good lighting. And I also think it's probably like a health hazard if anyone wanted to get up and get a drink.
Oh yeah. And it's so fire code violation.
Yeah, it's a bad thing, dude.
I guess.
And also, here's the thing, dude. Here's why I felt extra bad about it. The energy in the room was not that palpable already. You know what I mean? People are just not like, hell yeah. People are just very chill and just very calm. Turning the lights off is going to sedate them even more. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I thought it was a funny idea, and he said it worked before. And I was like, "Are you sure you can do that here?" And he's like, "Yeah, they said it was okay." So I thought he already checked in with Rahil.
No, he didn't check. He just talked to Casey.
But when he did this, Rahil was already antsy. Like I said, it was a little bit of it wasn't a big success show. Only 3 people, so he was already on edge a little bit. And now the lights get turned off.
I'm like,
and
what
Rahil
the
looks
fuck?
so pissed, yo.
Did I make it very obvious?
Oh yeah.
Damn, should I message that guy and be like, yo, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be I don't know.
No,
Whatever.
maybe he should message you and say sorry.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyways, the whole bit didn't go off with such a.
No, it did not go well at all. If anything, it killed the entire show, dude. Like,
Come on! It didn't kill the entire show.
well, it didn't kill the entire show, but can you at least agree that it took the steam out of the show?
For the amount of steam that was in the show, it took.
For the amount of steam that there was already no steam, bro.
What little steam was left
was taken away.
seeped out of the
And
can.
that's what, and you were just standing there just laughing. Dude, that's what I don't
What
get.
made Rahil
First
more
of all,
mad is that
wait. People pay to watch comedy, dude. This fourth wall meta comedy, this I'm doing bit for other comics, I'm doing.
I know you hate that. You fucking hate that.
Because people are paying actual money to watch you do your mediocre jokes, bro. What the fuck is this meta fourth wall commentary about? Oh, guys, that joke sucks. Whatever, let's move on. No, if your joke sucks, move on to the next joke. Don't fuck you. Whatever.
I just want to say
I gotta get this guy's name after the
Rahil's not talking about me.
No, I'm not talking about you. I just saw a bunch of people. Dude,
Here's the other thing. Okay, so Rahil, like, I could feel the heat off him that I was finding it funny. The fact that I was finding it funny made him even more mad. He's like, it's bad enough he's doing it, but you're laughing at him, encouraging him.
yes.
And
Dude, what do you think the audience is thinking? The audience is going, are we just retarded? Do we not get this bit? Is this just a super interesting bit that I'm just not capable of understanding? You're making the audience feel like idiots, bro, when you're just laughing your heart out back. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to
I
you?
wasn't laughing my heart out. I was just having a giggle. I was just like,
No,
this
you
is-
are laughing pretty loud, dude. You were. You are just... You are taping the entire set. Go check the recording out. You can hear yourself laughing in
Okay,
that.
I will.
Yeah, you were laughing.
I was not
dude.
laughing my heart out.
You were laughing at least. Can you at least check it in? Yeah, it was whatever. Dude.
Anyways, the point is, so now Rahil's pissed.
No, I wasn't pissed. I'm like, I was disappointed.
And then I go up to Rahil and I'm like, yo, like, chill, man. There's only 3 people here. Like, are you mad at me? And then you know what you said to me? You're projecting. What does that even mean? How was I projecting?
I have no idea.
What does
dude.
projecting mean?
Projecting
Patrick?
It's so if I came in here and I was really angry and I went up to James and like, God, James is just so fucking angry today.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's what.
I was not projecting.
Yeah, you were not. I was. just
Raheel
mad,
was
dude.
in fact projecting.
I was projecting. Dude. I was literally. I was.
Raheel should have just said, I'm projecting right now.
Yeah.
I was projecting by saying that you are projecting. Yeah,
In my
yeah.
mind, I'm like, I don't know exactly what projecting means, but I'm pretty sure I'm not projecting
Dude,
right now.
I just had to keep everything under control and not just be like, fuck all of you guys. Fuck all. And also the
What
next
made
comic.
it worse? Yeah, what made it worse was that the next comic, it could have been somebody that goes on stage and makes fun of that last thing and makes it hilarious, but it wasn't somebody like that.
No, and also this next comic, whatever, dude. Here's what I realized: some comics have not. Dude, for me to get spots at the corner, quick shout out to the corner, dude. I had to fucking follow people like Ryan Long and Danny Polishchik and Paul Thompson, dude. I had to put real work in, dude. And now you get all these guys who just hang out of the corner and just get on shows and just piss all over it, dude. It pisses me off so
Damn.
much. I don't know, dude. Dude, it's an actual comedy club. You're lucky enough to perform here. You're just going to sit there and shit all over just because there's 3 people? That bothers me, dude. I don't know, man. And they don't pay $7. They all paid $20 at the door, bro.
Yeah.
They paid the full money. They don't. Also,
Let it out. Keep it going.
I'm going to, Patrick, this is going to sound so funny to you, dude. So I don't know if it's funny
Rahil's
to you.
burning the city down, yo. Go, let's go.
So we were at a show at a 10 p.m. show, right? There's 4 people at the audience, right? So there's this comic who decides, I'm going to go on stage and do other comics jokes. And this comic is an Asian comic, right? And that comic is not even there. And the joke is just lost on the audience. You know what I mean? They don't know the other audience. They don't know the other comic.
Nobody knows the other
Yes.
comedians.
It's like if I went up to the comedy club and I'm like, I'm going to do an impression of Patrick.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
He's a producer of our podcast. You guys don't know him, but it's pretty funny if you did. Like, it's like, what?
Is that not bad, dude? That's bad,
Yeah,
right?
that's fucked up.
Especially when they're paying, dude.
But
Like, they're
Rahil's
paying.
in such a, like, stay true to, you're being a real, like, comedy truthist. You know
No,
what I
dude,
mean?
I'm not being truthish, dude. I just
Also, doing
purist.
other people's bits is
stupid, dude.
yeah, really bad.
Well, having said that, I did do Rahil's bit in front of him, and he loved it
that's
one time.
totally different.
That's-
That's totally
it was-
different.
I was there. The joke
He was
translates.
there. He was there, and nobody liked it. Because the bit was,
What bit?
the only thing I hate more than being called a packy And
being called the N-word.
there's a white guy going on stage and saying it. So yeah, it really, everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I said,
Do you think, yo,
did it for him.
seriously, do you think I'm being unreasonably mad for
No,
right?
I'm 100% on your side.
You're paying money, switching off lights, and just like, dude.
As
it's
a
not-
guy
oh,
who
yeah,
has
the fire
to,
is burning.
I'm not familiar with the stand-up part, but I am familiar with just managing personnel part.
Yeah.
As someone who's like as close to as the host who has to basically manage the
Yes.
other acts, like, yeah, I would be fucking losing my mind. I would be saying, like, anytime things like that happen, I would be going like, oh, you're gonna do something and then not ask me about it
That's
on
what
my
also-
show.
yeah, that's
You're
what-
never ever gonna be on my show
Okay,
again.
speaking of which, never going to be on the
Also,
show.
it was
Wait,
not my show, dude. It was JJ's. Whatever.
it was your show for the night, and you were treating it like that, and that's good for you, man, because you're actually like taking pride in the turnout.
Yeah, that's
which
the
is good.
more correct attitude, is to take it very seriously. And
Oh,
I feel like it.
He was taking
and-
it. Rahil was taking it like somebody was pissing on his parents' grave.
I was so mad, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, it's an actual club. It's a act. It's not a bar show at a bar where people are just drinking and you just happen to do your dick jokes.
Yeah, you have to entertain people
Yes.
there so that everyone that there
Yeah,
can
20
keep
bucks isn't
making
cheap,
money.
or 15
Because
bucks, whatever.
Even though it's 4 people or 3 people or whatever, to fuck with them and sort of waste their time, and maybe you're not always going to be funny, but to just stop entertaining them.
At least try, dude.
Exactly.
At least
Yeah,
try.
that is really fucked up because it's one more like chip away, and this is not a problem the corner has.
Yeah.
But if it just starts making it feel like this is a place where comedians go to entertain themselves.
That's what that is.
The drinks are too expensive.
Oh
The
my
place
God,
is
you
too
explained
small.
It so
That's a great
perfectly,
point,
dude.
yeah.
That is what was happening today and yesterday, dude.
So
Just
that
like,
person's
fuck.
interfering with everyone else's ability to make a living off the corner.
Yes, dude.
That's the problem. It's not just like, oh, the magic rules of being the artist that is a comedian means you always got to be trying your best. Like, no. Like, you're actually doing something that's going to cause everyone else's careers to be jeopardized.
Yes.
Like, if the corner is not like viable, like
What-
there's
what
not
the-
enough clubs in
Yes.
town for.
all these comics. Yeah, dude.
Okay. So, Rahil,
What?
guy,
God,
comic.
do you want to go, bro? Do you want to fucking fight right now? Because I'll fucking punch you in the face, bud.
No, okay. So the comedian that turned off the lights, the comedian that followed him, and the comedian that.
What's worst was the comedian that followed the guy who turned off the light is like, who's the next comic? You fucking dick. I've been telling you the entire night. There's a list there. I put on. Dude, no one puts on a list. I took the time. I put on a list so that everyone can see and.
Okay, so using all this anger inside you, the comic that turned off the lights, the comic that followed him, and the comic that did another person's jokes today, you gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Go.
Wow. I'll kill myself, dude. No, that's not gonna happen at all. I can't fuck, marry, or kill either one of those guys.
What?
Yeah, I don't want to play that game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're no fun.
No, I just like, okay. Let me see. Fuck. No, dude. That's a stupid game, bro.
I think it's a great game.
It's a good
Fuck,
one.
marry,
Go.
kill.
Come on. It's for the pot.
Just based
Add the
on
word
how,
big hashtag
okay,
word
just based on how mad I was, I would definitely kill the guy who followed the guy who switched off the lights. Definitely. I was like so fucking mad at him, dude. It was just not because of what he did, also because of what he was doing pre-show. And then I would definitely kill him. Probably marry the guy who switched off the lights.
Oh, I thought you were gonna fuck the guy that turned off the lights because the lights would be off. You know what I mean? You can pretend.
No.
And I thought you would marry the guy that did somebody else's jokes because you already know he's good at pretending to be someone else. So you could ask him to be a lovely young lady for you.
Yeah, so do you want to answer that question?
No, that's where I thought you were going with it. I thought I could read your
but
mind.
It seems like you
I thought
already
we
had
were-
all the questions, the answers prepared.
I had an idea what you would do.
Do you ask all the questions when you already have the answer? It seems like that's your thing.
Like,
Every single time you ask a question, there's already an answer you have ready for it. So I feel like the answer
I'm
comes
asking,
first.
I wanted to know your opinion.
No, I know.
I had a theory about where you go with it.
But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to fucking get mad at it. It's just like, it never really bothered me, dude. But yesterday it just
There's
got
something
on my
about
nerves.
you being the producer of the show that made you care more about what goes on at that show.
You have a sense of ownership
Yeah,
and responsibility
Yeah,
and
dude.
pride.
Yeah, it's just like they
It's
paid
come from
extra
your
money.
Randian philosophy.
Yeah.
But the good news
Maybe,
is,
dude.
the good news
Yeah,
is,
dude, but they paid their hard-earned money, dude. $15. It's not.
That's what I mean. That I'm not being flippant. I'm being serious. Like, the Rand thing absolutely plays into it. You have a way more respect for the...
Yeah, dude. It's just like...
And
Exactly.
the good news is that it lit a fire inside Rahil that is going to make him... you have an idea of what you want out of the show now.
Yeah,
and you have an
hopefully I
idea
can-
how to attack it.
Guys like you would be much better at running the show than someone who's the opposite. Just like, yeah, let the comics dick around and
I hate
not
that,
give a
dude.
shit.
I
and-
hate that. I hate that. Don't play to the back of the room, bro. You're not fucking...
Yeah.
You're
I've
not-
always said I'm an audience comedian. I'm
Yeah.
not a comics comedian.
You're supposed to be an audience comic, dude. Who
No,
the
but
fuck...
some people love to be a comics comic.
Yeah, those are shitty people who can't make normal people laugh. Those people. They're like, oh, I'm a comics...
Rahil's going off today, yo.
We don't
Shots
have enough
fired.
fucking guns and like shit like that. All of my stuff's like more happy stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Pew, pew, pew. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm just whatever.
Don't be sorry.
Dude, I met this comic the other day, right? Like, this was like 6-7 months ago, and we were doing a show together, a roast show together. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to do. Have you seen Norm Macdonald's Bob Saget roast?
No.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
of course. Bob
It's-
Saget roast has Jim Norton on it.
Yeah,
And-
so it's dude. So okay, so I'll give you a bit of context, right? So the Comedy Central approached Norm Macdonald like, "Hey, we want you to roast Bob Saget," and he goes, "Sure. What do you want me to do?" And he goes, Comedy Central goes, "Be as shocking as you can," right? So he goes on stage and he does the cleanest fucking jokes, right? Everyone is just shocked. It's very anti-comedy, dude, in the sense that he's doing all bad jokes on purpose.
Oh,
right?
but now it's cool because it's Norm Macdonald.
Let me tell you something. He earned that right. He earned the right to do
it
shitty
also
jokes.
murders.
Oh, yeah, it murders, dude. He fucking destroys. But also, people get that he's doing that bad jokes on purpose because he's already done so many great jokes. You know what I mean? There's the historical context.
And
So-
a couple of people don't get it, and then he makes fun of them.
Yeah,
Because
it's-
Jim Norton doesn't get it, and then he makes fun of Jim Norton for it. It's
I'll
like,
send you the clip, dude. It's fucking insane.
It's great.
It is amazing.
it's probably the most underrated roast. People
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about like the Charlie Sheen one and Justin
No.
Bieber. Like, they fucking suck compared to that,
That-
except for Patrice's set. But yeah, I mean, the Bob Saget roast is a very underrated one.
Yeah, it is a very he's one of his jokes is for Bob Saget roast is like his face looks like a cauliflower. That's it. He just keeps doing jokes like this. Anyways, I met this chick and we were doing this roast show together. She's a comic too, dude, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yeah, I'm just going to do all Norm jokes for the roast." I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, I'm just going to write jokes that are not real jokes." "What? So you're not going to write jokes?" Like, no. I'm going to write jokes, but they're not going to be funny. I'm like, no, that's a stupid fucking excuse. For you to write jokes that are not funny, first you need
Was
to
this for
earn
Your
them.
Hood's a Joke?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
That's a good platform,
Can I
too.
tell you
Shout out to
something?
Your Hood's a Joke,
Can I tell
yo.
you something?
That guy runs a fucking sick show.
he does,
and
man.
it's worldwide.
It was the New Year Eve show at
this is last year.
Panasonic Theatre.
Which is coming up this year.
She ate shit. This is maybe a good question for Patrick. Yo, so I'm roasting
She
China.
ate shit, eh?
Oh, she bombed, dude. Like, she just completely in front
Okay,
of
what's her
500
name?
people. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it a little later. But anyway, so I'm roasting China this New Year, right?
China the wrestler?
No, the country.
Oh, yeah, great.
He's India.
So here's my plan, dude. I know it's going to be a big thing. So somehow I need to bring a poster or something that says either fuck China or free Hong Kong. What do
Free
you think
Hong
about
Kong.
that?
Free Hong Kong. For sure.
Capitalize on the fucking and just have the wet beak below it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think?
Definitely do that. Do the... there's so many fucking memes.
I know, that's what I need here. Someone to that's why I was really hoping Danny would be here, dude, because he seems like the perfect guy.
Talk to him about it. But the first thing that comes to my mind is don't trust China. China is asshole.
Oh yeah.
That guy was the fucking best. He's the voice of the movement.
Meant right now. But you think that's a good idea though, right? Just bringing
That's
that.
a fucking great idea.
Okay. Yeah.
China's in the news every other fucking day.
So might as well bring it out.
If you get a
South
get a-
Park's
get-
doing shit about
Yeah, yeah.
China. Like, people fucking get that China's like the bad guy we can kind of now like quite fairly start to bully.
yeah.
If you get a shirt that says China is asshole and don't put the L, China is
yeah.
asshole.
China is asshole.
yeah,
China
sometimes-
is asshole. Go say it.
Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole.
China is asshole. China is asshole.
China is asshole.
Asshole.
Yeah.
No, but what I was thinking was instead of a T-shirt, do you know how in conferences they have this portable?
Yeah, do that too. Free Hong Kong. And then have a shirt that says China is asshole.
Yeah, something like that, right?
So you go to like a Staples or like a Marks, Crafts and Supply, and you could get like a big poster board, and they'll also have big printers there that you could get the digital image done, and then just get that on a USB, take it into the Staples, and say, I need you to print the size, and then print a size that's like workable that you could actually move it around.
Yeah.
And ask them like obviously how heavy and shit it's gonna be. But then they're gonna probably not like they won't let you print
Fuck China.
no, they probably would let you do that unless there's a Chinese person there who's personally offended by it. Maybe get a Chinese person or like an Asian comedian who you're tight with to do it for you.
Nice.
But the main things they don't want to print are graphic images.
Yeah.
So like
Free Hong Kong is great. Free Hong Kong is like it gets the point across.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like the things they won't want you to have is like bloody protesters and like
don't do that.
graphic
Keep it
imagery.
simple.
You don't want to do that anyways.
No.
And then racial epithets.
Yeah.
But, China is asshole
So, yeah.
is like
That's
you can
so funny.
explain it to them as well and show them the meme and also explain to them what it is.
Well, yeah.
But I would also go with an Asian person if you're going to say,
Definitely.
like, fuck China.
But so you like the whole idea of just making a big deal out of it, right? Just make a drama out of it, and hopefully something comes out of it.
Absolutely.
You should try and rent a kid too. Rent
No,
like a
you-
little Hong Kong kid.
No, that's too
Bring
much.
him on stage.
Look up what Chinese prisoners wear. The ones who are in the Muslim
the
Uyghur
Hurricane
camp
camps, yeah.
and dress
they hate
like
Muslims
that.
too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's that too, yeah.
Bro, you can. They violated sanctions with Iran by selling them a bunch of fucking phone chips and shit. Like, there's a million
lot of
fucking
shit, dude.
things.
Yeah, dude.
There's
So my whole idea was, dude, now that China thing is so big, I just figured I'll bring this whole Hong Kong thing on stage. People will be like, whoa, and just put the wet week below. Just
Of
get free
course.
publicity from it. You know what I mean?
I have it so anyone who wants to take a picture of you or the thing
Yeah,
has to have the at Wet Beaks
hashtag
thing
the
in
wet
it.
beak. Yeah, 100%.
Sick.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it, dude.
Do it.
At the
Okay.
Wet Beak, hashtag the Wet Beak. That's it, though.
Yeah.
And just have that on like the bottom of your shirt,
Yeah.
or the bottom of the poster.
Poster,
like,
yeah.
Have it everywhere.
Yeah.
Because that'll get a
Well,
lot.
that's settled, dude. It's gonna cost what,
That's
like 50, 60 bucks or something, maybe even $100.
Maybe. No, less than that.
Yeah.
Sure.
It would not cost. It probably costs you at most like $100 to get a giant HD image put up on like one of those like velcroed banners. Like you could get something really nice for $100 at like Staples or where the fuck ever. I don't really know anywhere else downtown that he could do that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah,
maybe
we'll
something.
figure it
Yeah.
Henry's photo thing
Yeah.
as well, maybe because they have giant printers there. That's that's the only thing you really need is
It's
like
a big
is a place because you could then just print like a soft piece or something on a piece of paper and then just attach that to a harder board.
Yeah.
And that way it's more like a protester
Protest, yeah.
sign as opposed to just this big
Ooh,
flappy
yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Fucking, that'd be great.
You could get steaks like steaks
So my plan was
for like $6.
Here's what I was picturing, right? I was not planning on telling it to anyone. Just
So
do it
maybe
on
you shouldn't
stage.
say it on this podcast that has over 50 listeners every week.
No, but seriously though, dude, for all the people who listen to our podcast week after week, thank you, yo.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
We
it's
love
crazy,
you.
yo.
And if you could do us a favor and just check out IndieCanadaSeeds.com or Indie Canada on Instagram, guys. That's our sponsor, and they're helping us out. So why don't you help them out and just go give them a look?
Yeah.
See what they're up to.
And I could genuinely vouch they're the best seeds. These are the seeds that I use at home.
Damn,
and they're phenomenal.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah,
Greg
get some
from
seats, yo.
Indie Canada could not be a better guy to go to for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh man, yeah, and it's nice to have good weed. Let's. I have one quick story. I was publicly shamed yesterday for bad weed, and I want to, and I deserve
In this day and age, you should be shamed for bad.
But here's the thing. Okay, actually, I
the
can't.
fucking government or something.
No, he did.
I made a bargain purchase that turned out to. I kind of regret it. I should have just spent the extra $30-$40 and got better stuff. But basically, I got a steal of a deal from Canada.
Yeah.
And so we're smoking this blunt. And shout out to Nitish
And High on Trees
Sakuja,
podcast.
a real weed connoisseur,
Thoroughbred stoner.
Who
Dude, he immediately was so nuts.
oh my god! So I'm smoking this blunt, and he's like, "That weed smells like shit. It smells like you're just burning seeds." And honestly, like, this weed had so much seeds.
Yeah.
And here's the funny thing about Mr. Flip Flop Shake over here. Rahil was smoking this blunt with me, but as soon as Nitish said it wasn't cool, he's like, "Oh no, I don't want any more."
Of course, because I'm smoking his blunt, dude. I'm smoking $300 of weed.
Yeah.
That's
so
why.
Rahil is such a pussy, but shout out to Nitish for he's given me 2 pieces of advice recently.
Yeah.
One of them, my phone has a problem with recording, and he said put it in airplane mode and it'll work better, and it does.
Oh, wow.
So thank you for that. And then the other thing is, don't smoke shitty weed. And honestly, it's just like I've been in a hard times as far as money wise, so I've been making cheap choices. But you got to cut corners, but that's a corner that I cut a little bit too close.
Nitish also changed my life, dude, in a very weird way. So what happened was, Corner they opened up a Niagara club. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was open for like 3 months, and there was like a party there. I was there. So it was Nitish and a bunch of other comics and me there. And I was just wearing a shirt. Like you know what I was wearing? Like a button-down shirt that I used to wear all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All like,
green one.
Yeah, no, like other one, but just gingham shirt and like a pant, loose
What's
pants.
gingham?
Gingham is checks and like red checks. Have you not seen?
No.
Let me just show it to you. But anyway, so I go to this thing, to the party, and dude, Nitish roasted me so much that day.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, what the fuck are you wearing? You go on stage every night. You look like a fucking retard.
Yeah.
And dude, it just
You
changed.
need friends like that.
You definitely need.
And that's why I was genuinely thankful to go home and be like, what the fuck am I doing smoking this shit weed? And then it really made me take a good hard look at myself and be like, I almost messaged Nitish today to be like, yo, thanks, for putting me in my place. But I'll wait to see him in person. And also, shout out to the High on Trees podcast.
Here's the other thing he did for me, dude, that completely changed my comedy. One day I was just out. And what's crazy is whenever he gives me advice, the next day I'm so mad at him. I'm like, dude, fuck you. You don't know anything. But 2 days later, I'm like, yo, you're so right.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of the first things I still not known him that well. He's like, dude, whenever you go on stage, it's just an act. It's performance. The way you deliver jokes, I exactly know when the punchline is coming. There is no surprise other than the fact that it's a punchline. You got to be more chill. Just be yourself, for the lack of a better word. I'm like, dude, you don't get it. I'm meta, bro. I'm a master genius.
I'm quirky.
Yeah, I'm quirky. I switch off the lights and play tabla on stage, bro. Do you know what tabla is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
man.
okay.
That's a fucking drum.
Mm-hmm. It's an Indian drum. Anyways, shout out to Nitish, man.
Do you know what the harmonium is?
He's a great dude. Yeah, it's the one with it's a piano where you press air into.
Yeah.
Not press air into. Whatever. I don't know what the right word is, but yeah. High on Trees. Quick shout out. I really need to smoke. Man, one of the best weed I ever smoked was I was driving with Nitish to Montreal. And he's like, this is my personal. It was called Comatose.
Yeah. And then you fell asleep.
No, I did not feel asleep, dude. That's the thing. You are you know how sometimes when you
you're like asleep, but you're awake. You're like,
asleep. Yeah, I was dreaming, but
You're
not
woke.
asleep. Yeah. I was not dropping N-words for once in my life.
Oh, man.
All right. Okay. No?
Oh,
Sorry.
wait. Yeah, no, not yet.
Okay.
It's just, you wanted to...
No, I'm just saying that it's been an hour, so just keep it in mind.
Okay. We'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
We're going to think about it.
Okay.
You check the levels?
Yeah.
No, I wanted to, before anything, I wanted to give a, in the world of cancel culture, we are afraid to tell certain jokes. We're not, but I'm saying in the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And comedians have lost jobs over saying the wrong thing, right?
Yeah.
This week there was a big win for comedy. Whether you like the joke or not, Jay Leno had a joke about how Koreans eat dogs
Yeah.
on America's Got Talent. And Gabrielle Union, one of the hosts of the show, she went and complained about it to the producers. He shouldn't be allowed to say that, blah, blah, blah. They fired Gabrielle Union for complaining.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely right.
What was the joke, though?
Absolutely
So I honestly don't know. I don't even know the joke. I just saw that as a W for comedy. I'm like, yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just nice to see a little pushback.
Same thing will happen with Mike Ward, dude. He refused to pay the fees. He's like, I'm not going to pay it. You see that?
That story is, so he basically, if you guys don't know, in Canada, there's a big comedian named Mike Ward.
French
and
comic.
And he had a joke for years, apparently. He was telling this joke about this...
Disabled singer or something like that?
So basically, this kid had a disease that was supposed to kill them, and their dying wish was... What was the dying wish?
I have no idea. I don't know what the joke was.
Something to do with performing
something.
Them getting to,
So they're dying. Let's just make it. Let's just let's make it up as we go along. Their dying wish was to record an album. Let's say that's what it was.
No, but it's not
the
a comic.
point is. I'm talking about the singer, the kid.
Okay, yeah.
Their dying wish was to record an album or perform on TV
some
or
concert.
something to get their music out there.
Yeah.
The kid didn't die. So Mike Ward had a joke about basically like shouldn't we get that wish back? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We fucking made your wish come true. And whatever. Anyways, the kid now sued him for however much money, saying like, you cut into my profits as a singer now because you made it seem like I scammed people or whatever.
No.
Oh, that's not it? I'm just making it up.
What happened was there was a journalist in the comedy club, because this was not recorded, nobody heard this. The journalist wrote down inaccurately what the joke was.
Oh, wow.
Literally, personally took it to the kid and his mom.
Oh, my God. What do you think about this?
Exactly.
Fuck,
exactly.
What a vulture, dude.
Journalists
Goddamn,
are fucking shit,
They're
man.
journalists and politicians are the worst people in the fucking world.
I have a personal vendetta with this Now magazine.
Now magazine is a vile
we gotta send that app.
organization.
Okay, so there's a Now magazine.
Batman would fucking love that episode, dude.
I don't know what this. I forget the guy's name. His Rad something. He's a Tamil name. So basically, he had a.
Was it brown dude?
Oh, oh yeah.
Fuck off.
So first of all, it turns out I didn't know about him before, but I saw it. He posted basically he did a State of the Union address kind of with six comedians.
Six comedians
who are all, not straight white men.
And really, really funny comics.
Because comedy's changing, and these the thing is let's talk about how it's getting diverse. Let's get six people that all think the same to agree on shit together. Like, have a little pushback. I want to give a big shout out to one of the people on there though. What was her name? Aisha Brown. She was the only one that was on the podcast saying she says offensive stuff, you know what I mean? She's kind of sticking up for the other side a little bit at least.
Yeah.
In a sea of people all rah rah rah, this that, she was coming at it with a pretty reasonable viewpoint. So it's worth a listen.
If you want to get mad and just punch something.
But the thing is, this is how he opens up the show. He's basically just shitting on straight white men. Okay, whatever. We all hate you. I mean, we all hate straight white men. I hate them too. But he goes, one of the panelists was a person that has born a man, become a woman, and he's like, for the first 30 years of her life, she was a boring straight white man, and now she's a funny woman. It's come on,
wow,
yo.
That's a great fucking joke. And she was like that. She took that as a compliment. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That sentence seems to be drenched in irony.
That's what I'm saying. And it was.
He just said it as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Wow, that's nuts, dude.
Quotes coming out of this thing oh yeah, there is straight white comedians that don't need to make offensive jokes, but they don't hang out with just straight white. They actually hang out with diverse people, and that's why, buddy, I don't hang out with white people. I say a bunch of offensive stuff, and the reason I do is because I'm so comfortable around everyone. You know what I mean? So I don't think there is white guys that are just straight racist or straight offensive.
There's always that,
of course, but you can't. You can't really stick up for straight white men, but at
also,
the same time, fuck, man.
This whole shtick that white men suck, it's old now.
Oh my God.
It's been going on for 5-6 years.
Yeah, you're a hack.
You're a hack. You're a hack. Come something original.
Well, that's what we learned in the Mark Maron
oh my
show.
God.
We learned that there's a huge market of people that love this thing crossover. White people suck. God isn't real.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's the most hack shit in the world.
If you find yourself at the corner of white people suck, if you find yourself at the corner of white people suck and God isn't real, there's going to be a crowd of people there to fucking cheer you on.
Yeah. Dude, his entire Mark Maron set when we saw, I could not believe, he was just like, how God is not real. I'm like, dude.
He got a fucking applause break for saying
God is real, dude. What the fuck?
God. It's so funny because 20 years ago, saying God isn't real was the edgy thing to do.
Yeah, but
no.
Now it's
30 years ago.
Now it's the fucking, yeah.
Everyone says it.
If you were an atheist in the early 90s, you were already a fucking hack.
Yes. Now, if anything, just being like, yo, man, Allah's great. What's up? You know what I mean? I stick up to God. God is great. That's edgy, dude. Like, just like...
Man,
What's edgy would be to go, how come the only place in the world where there's any kind of diversity are places where white people were in charge? How come there's no one in China but Chinese people?
Exclusively
how come there's
Chinese
no
bitches.
one in the Middle East but Middle Eastern
And yeah.
people? How come in Europe there's almost a white minority?
Yeah.
How come in Africa there's nobody but black people?
Yeah.
It's almost like the only people who are even slightly not racist are white people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everyone's racist except for some white people. That's edgy.
Damn, dude. That no one's
That's
ready
taboo.
for that.
Yeah, that just made me think, why aren't white people... No, I don't know. I don't want to go there on this road. I got to think out this thought a little more before I address it. But basically, I think... Fuck it, I'll say it. I think... No, I'm not going to say it.
You'd say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
You can't.
Trust me, there's
Yeah.
a couple of people who have gone down the path that James is going down. It never ends
Yeah,
well.
I-
It seems sometimes a couple other countries will gang up on them and beat them up for a while, and then for the next 80 years we'll all think of that country with a one word that is like the code word for you are evil.
Yeah. Damn.
Nobody has lived a more ally life than me.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, so many of these people that cry...
I would be offended if someone called you a racist or a bigot or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
because it's offensive as just like...
Do you even know what racist means? You're just
Exactly.
calling everyone racist now. What the
There's
fuck?
some people that I could see speaking out against, something, maybe like a joke I said on stage.
Something
And-
specific
and-
you said, totally different.
And then I could ask them, how many black people have been in your house? How many
Yeah.
times have you visited a brown guy's house? And that's not what it's about. I'm fucking. It's like, fuck. I'm just living my life as a fucking friend of the people, like whoever you are, black, white,
That's
brown.
one of the funniest things as well, is you go like, well, no, I got like a lot of black friends and a lot of close friends, and they're like, oh, just because you have black friends, you think that doesn't make you racist?
No,
Well,
how many do you
actually,
have?
yeah, by the definition,
Yeah.
the fact that I can be with them
Yeah.
and friendly with them
Yeah.
and love and appreciate them, that
not-
sort
that
of
makes
like
you-
rules out that I think of them as lower than me because of their race.
Yeah.
Exactly, that whole punching down thing. I can't even see punching down because I'm looking at everyone as
Yeah.
on a level thing.
That's
Yeah.
actually
And
one of the George Bush quote is like the subtle bigotry of lowered expectations of like, yeah, kind of thinking of them on like a low level.
Yeah,
as
oh
like
my
these
God, yeah.
children who need to be coddled and be like, oh, well,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
offend them.
People
don't
that are people that are overcompensating.
Yeah.
People that are trying so hard to be an ally. Oh my God, you just said that. I got to stick up for them. It's like, no, you don't.
That's
Chill.
the funniest thing, especially with black people, because I think they give a shit the least.
Oh my God.
Like
So many
they're
of-
the hardest people to offend.
Yeah, I'm sure I've brought it up before, but I've done black shows. I've done shows where it's just white people, and I can tell the same joke that is gonna fucking kill in a black room, and in a white room it's gonna get people tight. Oh,
Yeah.
we can't laugh at that. He just said something about another race. It's like, it wasn't even offensive.
But
it's
here's
just the
the
fact
thing,
that I
though.
said the word black or
The
brown.
wealthier and the whiter they are, the more likely they are to be offended.
But it's a
Yeah.
self-imposed thing, dude. White
Yep.
people did it to themselves.
It's
None
like
of the other race did it.
It's like a self-chastising.
Yes, why would you do that? Ah, my. That's what.
Well, we
They're
did do.
paying
We did
a
do.
penance for their sort of perceived
exactly.
Evilness,
privilege.
yeah.
No, it's like literally like that is where that phrase "guilty white man" comes from. Is like the idea that you feel like, oh, I've had it so easy. It's
Yeah.
been so unfair for everyone else that it's my. If I'm a good person,
What a pretentious thing to
it's
think.
my job then to stick
Fuck.
up for
Oh, yeah.
all the people who are like set upon by my evil white brother.
Get off your
No,
high
white,
horse,
white
you
guilt
sack
is a
of
real
shit.
thing. White guilt
for
is a real
sure.
thing.
Yeah.
And when I've seen a white guy actually be racist, it does make me feel like fucking sick to myself. And I have like stuck up for people before. But if it's somebody just telling a joke,
Yeah.
that's not somebody being racist. There's a big difference between that and somebody saying like,
He's on a stage with a microphone on a. Fuck! It's a comedy show, yo. He's like. Man, this
And
is.
it's,
Oh, man.
if it's not Michael
That-
Richards, then it's probably a joke.
yo, that guy, okay, so that Now Magazine guy, he's on that fucking thing. Because, okay, so basically he talks about how he wrote a article about Louis C.K. He's the one that wrote like a big thing about how there was.
Oh my god.
So I found out it was the same guy. And then he was on that. He's like, talking to the people, like some of the comedians there went to the Louis C.K. show too. And he's like, oh, wasn't it 90% white men? And they're just like, no. And he's like, oh, it wasn't my show. That guy's a fucking full of shit, yo.
Yeah, he's a liar. I walked by the lot because obviously it was at Yuck Yucks, which, to pretty much give away where we are, it's 2 feet away from where we are right now. I walk by it every single night to come to work. I walk by it exactly when the show is. You want to know who's mostly in the crowd? Pointing at Raheel.
Yeah.
It was almost all brown couples.
Because we had no guilt.
It was people like brown guys with their wives or girlfriends who like make enough money to go out and have a good night on a Thursday. They were all well-to-do, brown and Asian, and then also some white couples, but it was almost all like
educated,
middle-aged, well-off couples.
In India, rape is barely illegal. Do you think they give a fuck about a guy pulling out his dick and
Yeah,
jacking
I know,
off?
dude.
Talking about Auschwitz.
Pick your battles. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. It's like, this is the hill you want to die
really,
on.
this battle, people are dying of poverty. Yo, how about that?
That's the funniest thing of just like, oh, you couldn't find a real problem in Toronto?
Yeah. There are people homeless right now for
There's
winter.
a shitload of homeless people in the city.
And
I
you know
bet
what?
if
Louis
you don't
C.K.
live
must be
here,
banned?
it's
Fuck.
crazy how many homeless people there are, especially in the winter. So
Yeah.
Pick your battles, man. Dude, fuck. And also, he's a brown guy. Dude. I can't believe.
The whole time I was listening to it, I'm like, I wish this guy would sit down with Raheel and have a real talk about
Man,
what's going on.
I'm going to fucking. I'm going to follow him on Twitter. What's it? You know? Okay, let's.
I was just trying to look for it because I can't find it right now, but I know it's Rad something. It's a long name, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
let's. I'm going to try and reach out to him, bro.
look it up by the article. So
Yeah.
go for that Louis C.K. article and then
yeah.
just click on who's it written by.
Also, it's fucking. Did you? Whatever, dude.
Now Magazine, and Vice, man, they frustrate me.
Now
yo.
Magazine, Vice, Vulture, Vox, all the ones that are just
the same thing.
They're perpetually outraged
Yeah.
at something who the main people that they themselves say, we are trying to defend this group.
Yeah.
That group looks at them like they are fucking idiots. Like they really look down at them as like, oh, you stupid fucking babies.
Yeah.
Like Seth Simon.
That is so true, dude.
The guy who went after Shane Gillis.
Oh yeah. They talk some shit about Shane Gillis on the fucking that thing too.
But
How dare they, dude? Who the fuck are you?
And all these people that say, "Oh, I couldn't even see if he was funny because of that." But it's like, did you watch any of his stand-up? If you watch his stand-up, he pokes fun at ignorant white
dude.
One of the
racist people
things he
as oh man,
bro, one of his main jokes that Shane Gillis does right now is saying it would be so funny if someone killed Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's hitting on both sides.
Well,
what
no,
it's a
he's
comic
not. He's a liberal. The only time he ever is even remotely can be construed as conservative is when he is doing a fucking bit.
Yeah, dude.
That thing he does is he thinks right-wing Trump supporters are fucking morons.
Yeah.
And so he portrays one. Like, it's so crazy. Like, and also, like, the Asian people in general, like, they thought Seth Simons was really fucking stupid, but Seth Simon turns out is, like, obsessed with SNL.
Yeah.
Like, deeply, like, it's one of the guys who he says, like, oh, it changed my life.
He's gay for SNL.
Yeah.
Michael Che
Why'd you brush that off like that?
Michael Che came out and said he's a really pathetic dork and we all make fun of him and no one
nice.
likes him.
Wow.
Nice.
Like, the people Seth Simon genuinely looks up to, and like he is like on a deep emotional level, and he says so in his writing, inspired by SNL.
Yeah.
The people he holds so close to him literally think he is like some small pathetic like bug.
Yeah, he is a bug, dude.
That's what I mean is like he is such an insect of a human, like
Wow.
that you can do that to yourself, and like he's not actually a victim of anything. It's all self-imposed.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I'm not changing anything. Also, it bothers me so much that these fucking 6 open micers who have absolutely 0 to 1 credit are shitting on Shane Gillis. That guy got hired for SNL, bud.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. And the one of them that does have credits, like I said, shout out to that Aisha Brown, because she's the only one that was like,
she was the fairest of them all.
she was even saying about that kind of stuff. She's like, I wouldn't come after anyone to try and take their stuff because I want They can do what they do, and I want to do what I do. I don't want anyone coming after me. Like she says, you know what I say? It's important to give credit where credit's due, and it's good to have one reasonable voice in the room where it's so easy to say, let's all pile on here. To be the one person in the room to be like, okay, guys, like chill. Like, how about we don't try and ruin people's lives over a joke they tell? Man, you know what I mean?
And when it's so unjust, the only way to do it is when you have no real contrarian voice in the room. Like Aisha's not obligated to defend any of those people or anything like that. Like I got no problem with her or anybody really on the thing, but it's like, no, you can only like it's very easy.
Did you hear that?
I've heard clips of that.
Okay.
Oh, so you know what we're talking about then? Oh, okay.
Not the specific thing where we started, but I've heard clips of people shitting on Shane Gillis because it's in the subreddit.
Yeah.
So, and again, like, don't care, but like, they're wrong. It's very easy to prove how wrong they are. Like they're not making any kind of principled arguments.
None of them watched his stand-up.
Exactly.
None of them watched his stand-up. They all watched a 30-second clip
out
of him
context
saying the C word, Chinese.
That's one of the funniest things of like how often he had been saying Chinese and forever.
Oh, they're mad Chinese.
Yeah, like that's one of like the main things they say on the show.
Too,
yeah, but anyways,
whatever, dude. You can't just.
That's why. Okay, if you guys have if all you know of Shane Gillis is what he said on that clip of a podcast of him saying an offensive thing, which sounds really terrible out of context, go look at his stand-up. What's it on that Comedy Central Instagram page?
Instagram page, yeah.
There's a 5-minute clip of him doing Clusterfest.
Clusterfest, yeah.
Fucking hilarious. And you can't tell me this guy's not funny. And if you watch that, you're going to realize the bit that he's going for is, like you said, he's taking shots at fucking Trump supporters. He's taking shots at ignorant white people that don't... That the thing that you think he is, he's making fun of it. That's the bit.
That's what's so funny, dude. Just to, like, how you got into an argument with a comic. I'm not going to name the comic, but you got into argument with the comic. You're just doing bit, and he was just not getting the bit.
Oh, yeah.
That is so fucking funny, dude, when just everyone else is getting the bit, but the person you're doing the bit is not getting the bit at all.
You're in the world of comedy, you're already wrong the second you go in saying, it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
No matter what, even if it was not funny, even with the Michael Richards thing, if your argument starts off with, well, it wasn't even funny, you're not making a point.
Yeah.
You're not saying anything worth considering. It's not an argument. Yeah. It's like your subjective, like all you're doing is outing yourself as someone who has a poor sense of humor. Like to say the Shane Gillis thing is like, oh, well, that's not funny. No. Even in that 30 seconds, you would have to so purposefully go like, well, I'm not going to look at this as anything other than like a list of no words that I can check off. It's the only possible way. Like, no one listens to that and goes like, well, that's sufficient enough for me to assume his motivations and pass judgment.
People are saying, I hear that, like the comments of him saying, oh, I can tell that's what he actually thinks. What he actually thinks in that fucking bit, he's saying back in the day when Chinese people first came, he's like, they all sent them to Chinatown.
Exactly.
What do you mean he actually thinks that? He just it doesn't even make sense.
Dude, you can't really get mad at all these things, dude. That's why the wet wig, hashtag the wet wig at the wet wig, dude. We are never going, fuck the industry, bro.
Also seeing Shane Gillis clips, like, if you follow, that's the other funny thing of, like, trying to say, like, well, he's obviously just not even funny. It's like, oh, that's a good point. That's certainly why if you follow any New York City comedian, they are definitely not going to have, at one point in their stories, video of Shane Gillis on stage talking and then captioning it with how great he is.
Yeah.
Every fucking comedian in New York City.
Dude, was like, dude, when Norm MacDonald just comes out and tells you that he's a great comic, it's fucking, oh my God, dude, that's one of the best compliments you could possibly get.
That's one of the best, like, co-signing, like, getting verified by Norm MacDonald. But also, like, Shane is opening for guys now who all do theaters.
Yeah. He's doing well, dude. He's doing great.
He's going to be doing giant clubs on his own in no time, and then he's going to be doing small theaters on his own in no time.
In the
end, like, we won't have lost anything because nothing he ever did would have ever gotten on SNL.
I'm sure. Dude.
He instantly would have put him in a box.
And just be like,
And then-
fire him after a season or something like that.
Well, fire him after a season of bragging about, like, how could anyone say that we're biased against one side politically when we hire guys like Shane Gillis, who's a fucking liberal guy. Like, it's crazy.
It's fucking nuts. Anyways.
I found out the guy's Twitter, so it's Just Say Rad. So I need anyone that's listening, tweet at Just Say Rad and say you want to see Real and him have a sit down, brown man to brown man, about what's going on in comedy.
Dude. And
Talk comedy with a fucking with a marginalized Indian
and a non-marginalized.
He's not
a
a comic.
Muslim Indian.
A Muslim Indian.
Yeah.
That's as persecuted as it gets as far as classes in the
Do you
world.
want to suck a dick? I'll suck a dick and
he's a
become
little bit gay.
homosexual.
He's a little gay too.
Is he?
No,
Of course he is.
you are.
You.
Oh. Okay. But yeah, that guy needs to be on the wet big, dude. No, but seriously,
Oh.
That'd be great if Raheel had a one-on-one with him for like a 30 to 40 minutes straight.
Yeah, just to see
as
what's
long
up.
as he really wants to, wherever he
Okay.
wants to, because
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure
wanna
he'd
try
say,
and
I
set
don't
it up,
feel
yeah.
safe.
Should I ask him to come on the wet beak? Should I tweet at him right now?
100%.
And in private, tell him the professional environment we have access to so he
Yeah.
doesn't feel like there's any kind of...
He's not being tricked into anything.
Yeah, because that's the number one thing. I know this with Luis Gomez because he's always trying to get the people who do this kind of stuff onto Real Ass Podcast.
Yeah.
The first thing they do is say, your fans are threatening to kill me, and so I'm really scared to meet with you because I'm worried you guys are going to just beat me up.
So what should I say? How should I word this?
Raheel would love an opportunity to speak with him on his podcast that highlights comedy and diversity.
In the studio, should we just mention in the studio or
No, do that privately.
Okay.
Say we have. Don't say it on the podcast because obviously we don't want people.
Yeah.
But tell him privately that this is where we record.
Okay.
And that it's.
We should get this done, dude. Let's talk about once we're done. But definitely that needs to happen.
Yeah, make sure he knows that
we'll
it is.
word it properly after this. Otherwise, I'm going to rush into it and I'm
Yeah.
going to scare him away.
Yeah. Let's.
No, exactly. I think this is a good idea.
That is
Honestly,
a
I wonder if he
idea.
will though.
it's
I wonder
good
if he will.
content either way. Even if he gets on the phone with Raheel
Yeah.
for like a 5-minute conversation and we can air that, that's fine.
Because at least a call in because. Even
That's what I mean.
but I
will
don't know
get
if he's
something.
I don't know if he'd be down because even at the end of that podcast with those 6 like-minded individuals,
But also, I feel like it's a slippery slope road, dude, because he's going to go and listen to all the old episodes and pick out
he'll
all the
hate us.
clips.
You don't have to say what the name of the podcast is. Just say,
I was going to tweet at him from the web beak.
oh, no, Raheel.
Should I do it from? Yeah, don't do it from the web.
Yeah,
page.
Okay, Raheel, send him a personal
And
message.
say, I'd like to have you on my podcast that highlights comedy and diversity, which is true, and it will sucker him in.
Yeah.
So he thinks it's a more friendly environment, and
Just tell him brown man to brown man.
Yeah.
well,
From one
yeah,
pocket
no,
to
say,
Marginalized individual to marginalized individual.
say things like, as a fellow marginalized individual.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Here's
In
what
this
we'll do,
city,
dude.
I'm very curious about how you come to some of the conclusions you have, and I'd like to
Say
expand on that.
I'm a marginalized brown guy.
I'm as
comedian.
marginalized as you can get, bro.
But I'm out there.
With an accent,
But I'm out
fuck
there.
off.
But I'm out there talking like a fucking straight white man for some reason. When
No,
when I hit the
don't
stage.
give that
No,
away.
no.
Don't give that away up front.
Yeah.
You got to get
You'll
him
know how to do it.
in the room or on the phone first. That's the most
Oh,
important.
it'd be great. It'd be
Yeah.
great.
I'm going to compose a message and send you one, dude, and let me know what you think about
Yeah,
it.
perfect.
Okay, so scratch the idea of tweeting at Just Say Rap.
don't,
We're gonna
yeah.
try and handle it on our own.
Sure.
Yeah, and also our fans should never ever do any shitty kind of thing of harassing. It's one thing to
No,
tweet
no.
at people and make fun of them, including
No, man.
us.
If anything, what you should do is look at somebody that looks sad on the street and ask them if they need a hug,
And just ask.
and then say at the web beak.
Listen to the wet pick, hashtag the wet pick. Okay.
Because that's the kind of values that we put out along here.
Yeah.
You mean we tell some jokes? We don't try and hurt anyone's feelings.
Affably offensive.
Intent.
Intent.
What was I? Yeah. Oh, this is a good quote I heard. He who excuses himself accuses himself.
Oh, wow.
Don't excuse yourself. You know what I mean? Intention matters.
Yeah.
And me and you, we've said some stuff, but we've never come at it to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah, there's no hate
except for
behind
each
it.
other.
It's important to consider intent versus impact.
Yeah.
If you can
Well-
dream it, you can do it. Follow your dreams
Hashtag the wet pig.
Chase, reach for the sun and you'll land in the stars.
Chase the dragon.
Conceive, believe, achieve.
Conceive.
Yeah, fucking right.
Hell yeah, bud.
Hell yeah, bud. Guys, that's it for this week. Episode 30.
Very comedy related. Blah, 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 whatever.
It was. We took. Rahil was firing shots.
No, I just feel so bad right now. But it is what it is, dude.
Do you feel bad?
Yeah, I had to take. I don't know. I don't really like shitting on other people, dude.
You
But
didn't shit on anyone.
No, this was a great one.
Yeah, because I
don't think you shit on anyone.
No, right? Because it disrespected the room, dude. I did not like. Whatever. Let's just move on.
And you also didn't name them either.
Yeah. So there you go.
It wasn't that bad.
And you also didn't say anything personally about them. You described what they did.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you lied, then you should feel bad. But
Yeah.
James said that all happened.
Yeah. And
No, it all
You're
fucking
fine.
happened, dude. Yeah. Whatever, dude. Great. It was a great episode.
It should be a guilt-free one.
Yeah. Anyways. All right.
Yeah, save these fucking sad thoughts for after we. So for when I drive you home. All right, guys, check us out every week. Thanks for listening. At the Wet Beak, hashtag the Wet Beak. You can find me at jam_easy and Rahil at my name is Rahil Shake and Patrick Pepsi Cola Rapist. Guys, we love you and we never want to hurt your feelings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was great.